What's going on, y'all, and welcome to the second series recap of the year. This one we got the Blue Jays versus the Colorado Rockies, and this series was a little bit confusing. The Blue Jays ended up losing it 2-1, but we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down, so if you guys are excited, make sure to like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get right into it. But let's see how this series unfolded. Game 1, Colorado Rockies versus Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto looking to start 4-0 for the first time in ever, but it wouldn't be off to a great start.
And the run. And the pitch is tapped to second base. Ponce is going to cut off Clement. He fumbles with it.
Cody Ponce fumbles with the ball, allowing a run to score. We'll get into his injury a little later, but for now, Unk looks to tie the game.
2 outs and the base is empty. Here's a drive to deep left field, and it is gone.
The second Springer dinger of the season ties the game for now. But then, ladies and gentlemen, all hell would break loose. Louis Varland into the game for Cody Ponce in just the 4th inning, 2-1. Then Spencer Miles in the 6th inning makes it 4-1 with this 2-run homer. And then the main character, Brandon Little, comes in and lets up 4 more runs. By the time he is out of the game, it is 8-1 Rockies. It got so bad that we were down 8 runs, and Tyler Heineman came into the pitch in the 8th inning, and by the time he was done, it was 13-1 Rockies. For context, Brandon Little has a higher ERA than Tyler Heineman. That is just insane. But the Blue Jays, they hit a couple Chris Paul threes to cut the lead down to 42. Andres Gimenez, Davis Schneider, and Kazuma Okamoto all went yard. And in the middle, another Colorado Rockies homer from the bat of Fulford. So, it wasn't the day for the Toronto Blue Jays. They ended up losing this one by a score of 14-5. And hopefully they can bounce back in game 2. Make sure to stick around to see what happened. Alright, officially game number 2, new day, new start. The Blue Jays looking to shake off whatever the hell that was with the help of Mad Max and with the help of Jesus Sanchez, and he would get us going later in the game.
Down. Center field, base hit.
The Blue Jays convert with the bases loaded for the only time this series, and Jesus Sanchez makes it 1-0. Later in the game now, 2-0 Blue Jays. The Rockies would look to fight back.
Like you mentioned, maybe their best hitter.
This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long.
The revenge would come at the bat of Hunter Goodman hitting a home run to cut the lead in half. It's now only 2-1 Blue Jays. But later in the game, Kazuma Okamoto would drive in a run, Nathan Lucas would drive on a run, and Ernie Clement would drive in the final and 3rd run of the 7th inning. It would be 5-1 Blue Jays. And now it's Jeffrey Hoffman time.
Scam. And this is popped up shallow center. In is Varsho, and the Blue Jays will win it.
The Blue Jays hang on, and Jeffrey Hoffman does not blow a 4-run lead. They win it 5-1, and tomorrow they'll try to win the series against the Rockies. And now it's time for Game 3. The Blue Jays are trying to win this series and start the season 5-1. Can they do it? Let's find out. Davis Schneider gets us going with the RBI single to score Miles Straw in the bottom of the 3rd. But then after Tommy Nance allowed the runner to go to second base, he would let up a run.
1-2. And it's down the left field line.
It wouldn't be till the 8th inning, but the Rockies would get a run on the board thanks to Tommy Nance. And now it's time for everyone's favorite pitcher, Brandon Little.
Guy. Up the middle, base hit.
Brandon Little gives up the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th, and now it's down to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for the last hope for the Jays.
Well right now.
Center field, Doyle is there, and the Rockies have won it.
Even though people may look at this game and say it's Brandon Little's fault, I disagree with that statement because we only scored 1 run the entire game, and you quite frankly just can't win a ball game if you score 1 run unless your pitchers are unbelievable. Most of the time, that is not the case, so the Blue Jays lose the series 2-1 to the Colorado Rockies. Now it's time to go over each individual starter from the series, and first we got Cody Ponce. He went 2 1/3 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and striking out 3 before he sadly went down with a ACL sprain. Hopefully he can come back soon, but that was his stat line. Now it's time for the second Unk on this team, Max Scherzer, and let me tell y'all, Unk still got it. He went 6 full innings, only giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Anytime you get 6 innings of 1-run ball from Mad Max, that is an absolute W. And now the final starter of the series, Kevin Gausman, was absolutely lights out once more. 6 full innings, only 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, and striking out 10. Kevin Gausman back-to-back 10-plus strikeout starts to start the season. You absolutely love to see it from Kevin Gausman. And now it's time for my favorite part of the segment, giving out the awards. And the first award we got is the player of the series. And this series, it goes to none other than Ernie Clement. Ernie Clement had 12 at-bats, got 4 hits, good for a .333 average, along with a .333 on base, 1 double, 1 RBI, and didn't strike out. So overall, very good series from Clement. Now it's time for the starter of this series award. And for the second consecutive series, it is Kevin Gausman. His stat line is 6 innings pitched with 2 hits allowed, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Kevin Gausman is doing historical stuff to start this year, and you absolutely love to frickin' see it. Now it's time for the reliever of the series, and hopefully the first of many for Jeffrey Hoffman. His stat line was 2 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, along with 4 strikeouts. Very amazing stuff from Mr. Jeff Hoffman. Now we got the defensive play of the series, and before I remembered this play, it was going to Kazuma Okamoto, but Ernie Clement with the behind-the-back pass to Andres Gimenez, dynamic up-the-middle duo. The next award we got is the clutch moment of the series, and it pretty easily goes to Mason Fluharty, who struck out 2 batters to get out of a jam in the 8th inning against Colorado. We would go on to lose the game, but absolutely clutch stuff from Flu. Next, we got the loss of aura moment, which goes to Cody Ponce, and thinking of what happened after this, I wasn't sure if I should give it to him, but I gave it to him anyway. So there you go. And now for the walk-off to the dugout award. This one sadly goes to George Springer, who got 2 hits and 12 at-bats, good for a .167 average. He did have a homer and a RBI, but he only walked twice, and this is mostly a strikeout award, and he had 7 of those, so not the best. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have the unlucky moment of the series, and it sadly goes to Cody Ponce, who went down in the first game of the series with a ACL sprain and will be out for a significant period of time. You just absolutely hate to see it for Cody Ponce because he worked so hard to get to the MLB, and in his first start, he is out for the rest of the season pretty much. So prayers up for Cody, praying for a fast recovery, but he gets the unlucky moment of the series award. And now it's time for the part of the episode where we talk about what the Blue Jays did good and what the Blue Jays did bad in the series. And to start off, we're going to start with the good, and it was their starting pitching. Max Scherzer and Kevin Gausman both dealing on the mound. Scherzer's first start, 1 earned run through 6 innings, absolutely amazing. And Kevin Gausman, we already mentioned it, he has a .75 ERA to start the year, strikes out 10 in his first 2 starts. Absolutely historic activities from Kevin Gausman. And the second thing that they're doing well is the show of power. They lost this game 14-5, but in this game, they had 3 home runs and many more throughout the series. So starting pitching and the home run ability, great start for the Toronto Blue Jays. And now it's time for what they did bad. And the first thing is the defense. Throughout the Colorado Rockies series, there were too many times where we made errors and allowed the Rockies to score runs. And the second thing is that we weren't converting with the bases loaded. There were lots of opportunities for the Blue Jay offense to hit with the bases loaded, but we just couldn't get anything going. Yeah, the Blue Jays, like I said, ended up losing the series 2-1. A lot of things we can learn from this series, and if you want to see my thoughts on Brandon Little, make sure you go check out the long form video I did. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully we do better against the White Sox and we can get to that 7-2 record. And with that being said, it's been your boy Brandon. I break down the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'll see you next time. Peace.